Very good. Okay. All right. Now, coming back locally here, something that's very serious that has been a problem that doesn't seem to be going away, being brought back into light, which is match fixing right here in our own country, in our own league. Sula, tell us about how crippling this is to, of course, Ababu said we're already at the bottom. And the only way we can go is up. Are we on the way up?
No, I told you guys at the beginning, and that's the fact. And probably Namwamba needs to get sober, proper advice and surround himself with proper minds who understand the bureaucracy of sports, the policy formulation needed. It's not about having many appearances in the media that will make you to be a better performing CS. I don't mind if you don't grant me an interview, but get it right. Match fixing is a cancer that has been for us, let me say, the last 6 years. Ambassador Maynard failed to address this, but Ababu needs to confront this head on. And I say there are key issues which he needed to tackle as a matter of priority. One of them is match fixing. 2 is the lack of financial soundness, if I may use that word, in our general sports. 3 is the issue of doping in athletics. These are matters we've just camouflaged. These are the things he needs to tackle head on. He needed to have short-term goals of what he wants to achieve in the ministry, medium-term plans and the long-term plans. And you set a time frame. And how do you want to go about executing this? I don't think that has been done.
Right.
In my view, the Stadia project need not even to be a long term. It needs to be a medium term, because this is something that has been there. President Uhuru and now President Ruto promised this like 10 years ago. It hasn't been fulfilled up to now. It hasn't been implemented. Then now you look at your long term, what do I want to bequeath this country when I exit office? What does Raburu's son, if he becomes a footballer, what does he want to remember me for? And if you look at rugby, football, athletics, they're all bankrupt, probably of ideas and probably a reservoir which can nurture, create talent and take it to the world. If you went to rugby, it's a lot of poverty stricken. You look of facilities, it's not there. You look of academies and junior ranks which are going to give these talents an opportunity to flourish. It's not there. Now, coming to match fixing, and we can have the timelines on the screen. In 2019, FIFA slapped a 10-year ban on George Owino. That's a former Harambee Stars defender. And FIFA said, we've conducted investigations and we've found him culpable. We are going to slap him with a 10-year ban. There was a lot of murmur. And such kind of things, Raburu, in a society that is at peace with itself, a society that wants sports to be an equal playing field, this should have generated a lot of outcry and anger. We didn't see that from stakeholders. It was okay, just by the way, so what? Next, again, January 24th, you can see there, there's a Ugandan who was arrested in Kisumu. I think you might have been this game. I think we were within Kisumu.
Yes.
And Laban Jobita, that's the Western Steamer chairman, made all efforts to ensure that this man was apprehended. At the end of the day, he was let go scot-free. Why? Because there are no laws touching on match fixing. The Sports Act is silent on this. Our Constitution is silent on this. You won't find a single law in this country that will guide you on how to deal with match fixing. So even the lot of noise we had over the weekend, that Russian is going to walk scot-free. Unless FKF with the security agencies here working hand in hand and refer this matter to the International Court of Arbitrations of Sport in Lausanne, Switzerland. If that's not done, that man is going to walk scot-free. Now, taking you back to 4 or 5 years back up to now, why is it that as a country we haven't realized there is a problem and we need to deal with it? That's now what I'm talking about, leadership and policy formulation.
And okay, personally, I don't think I'll direct this to the minister. I'll direct this to the stakeholders. First and foremost, I think our MPs are failing us. They are the guys who do our legislation, and they need to do something. On that, I'll echo Swila's sentiments. I think we need to do something. When the Ugandan was arrested, the Ugandan was in police custody for about 2 to 3 days. And the law says very well that if no charges are preferred, you go scot-free. So this guy went scot-free. So these guys have realized that Kenya is still an island that cannot control match fixing. And that's why they are coming in here. And what really angers me is that they are foreigners. There are 2 Ugandans who are arrested and a Russian arrested. It tells you very well that this thing is not necessarily within our territory. These are guys who are perhaps in Asia who want to manipulate what happens in Kenya. And that's why I normally say that it has nothing to do with betting sites within our region. It's guys outside. Because they've realized that this is their heaven. This is where they can perform their art and live scot-free. So once again, I'm pleading to our legislators. In fact, I want to do a petition as Fred Arocho. I want to petition the parliament. I want to do a petition. I'm currently doing it with my lawyers.
Are you marching there?
Yes, no, not matching. I will just go to parliament and present my petition, because it seems these parliamentarians don't even realize what's happening.
They don't even know.
They don't even
these
know
are the issues they should be legislating about.
And that's why, for me, it has nothing to do with the minister. Yes, the minister can create an environment that will be conducive for even me as a petitioner to present my case to the MPs. Last but not least, I think we also need to bring in the federation here. And kudos to the federation. I'm normally very critical as far as the federation is concerned. But on this case, they performed so well.
They did very well.
The security arms within Kenya Police, and once again, good job, Kenya Police. It's good that they're playing in the Premier League. The Kenya Police, through the officials, organized for this arrest, and these guys were arrested and there was evidence, because even if you arrest someone and there's no sufficient evidence, then it will not be easy. But in this case there was bribery, so we are lucky that it's not only match fixing. They tried to bribe, so our law now covers bribery. So these guys cannot leave Kenya.
My major concern,
that fast,
even as you expound on that topic, you need to ask yourself, how deep is this cancer? It is just one match, probably, that they were trying to fix. We know about. And thanks to City Stars management, they decided to play ball and set these guys up. How many matches have been played in KPL and National Super League, down to Division 1 and down to Regional?
That is where I was going.
Which have been fixed, and no one has really...
That is where I was going before I wrap up. And kudos to Nairobi City Stars. Kudos to Korir, the CEO of Nairobi City Stars. He did a splendid job.
And players.
And players, of course, and players. But once again, I'm pleading, if the president of this country is listening to me, please, we need to have a law.
Or watching you.
Definitely somebody from State House is watching this.
We won't mention them.
They need to come and talk to stakeholders. What can we do? We have to have a law that if Fred Arocho is found to be culpable, he can serve 6 to 10 years in prison. But at the moment, the guys will walk scot-free.
I just want to say like 1 minute about if the only thing that the match fixers see here in our league is that we lack money. If they give us...
We lack money to run the club.
Yes, we lack money to pay the officials. We lack money. Everything. We lack money.
Yes.
And the only thing they know they can capture each and every person's mind here in our league is that if I give you $14,000, will you fix this match? If you give a Kenyan $14,000, he sees it's a lot of money.
It's 1.5 million.
Yes, it's 1.5 million. 1.5 million you share between the 7 guys, and that will be maybe around 200,000 per person. And now ukicheza game hakuna hata shilingi unapewa. So for me, I'm pleading with the federation the players have decided they're going to cooperate on bringing out these people. If they're in a mess, they can bring out, because the city star players, they cooperated with their police and also the management. So that means that the players are willing to cooperate to bring these people out. So if they're cooperating willing to bring these people out, what are you going to do for them financially so that they don't get it trapped by money doing all these match fixing things? So for them, they should come up with, even we've been saying about here, pay players. There's a go slow in
and probably Zita,
yes.
as we are speaking, remember Madare just suspended 2 players.
Yes.
2 weeks ago over the same. And we were told that probe has been opened. So we'd probably expect FKF and even the club Madare United, when they're done with their findings, they need to come and tell us this is what happened, and these are the findings, and this is the way forward.
And this is the action.
Absolutely.
Before Shtera comes in, sorry, there's one thing we also need, there's something we also need to do, and she's brought it out. Pay referees. Imagine a referee from Awendo going to play a match in Mombasa. He's not taken anything. He's traveled for more than 16 hours. He plays a match for 90 minutes and nothing. The referees have played the first leg of the league without being paid. As much as I'm not condoning the fact, I don't want to look like I'm justifying the referee to mess. But surely, these people are human beings. Jamani, hawa watu ni binadamu. Umesafiri kutoka Migori mpaka Mombasa, unapewa, mtu anakuambia atakupatia pesa. Surely, let's pay these referees.
Right. Let's pay, as I finish, let's pay players, and let's give out, like, there's the best goal of the month. Give out something to the players. That is, even if it's 20,000 for the best goal of the month. There's a best player of the month. Do they do that nowadays?
I think
the best player of the month and everything. What do they give them? They give them a trophy alone, or eggs, or
I think there's some incentives.
Give out these small tokens will help even players to see that now the FKF are doing they're doing something outside there. And then something else that I don't want to keep it off this, that our Arocho was saying about Arsenal were going up the hill and coming down. I think KCB are doing the opposite.
You've been smoked out.
The opposite side of it. Instead of them going forward, they're trying to come
And
back.
he lost even a cup final.
On match fixing.
Since you are, since I think you've moved on to the next topic, I will briefly say that it's unfortunate that, as they said, these people, you'll see them walking in the streets of Nairobi planning another move, because there is nothing that will actually happen. And actually, as an advice, they can take up the corruption case, the bribery, and pick it up with the anti-corruption, because they were caught on camera. And unfortunately, the players sacrificed. I will say they sacrificed because they left so much for nothing, because they are struggling. And as it may be, they will regret, because probably someone else will take it up and leave the guys to move out for free. But again, soccer in Kenya, I think it has been the biggest problem ever. And it calls on each and every one of us to sit on the table and work out a formula to win. Because I will say that pay the players. Who will pay the players? As we speak, the Premier League does not have a sponsor, does not have even a broadcast sponsor.
But FKF Cup have a sponsor.
Okay, that is FKF Cup, because it's short term. You see, I can decide to throw in some little thing, because it's short term. It's a knockout competition. The Premier League is long term. And as you can clearly see, I would also advise the FKF managers to ease the terms, because Waswahili wanasema maembe ni ya msimu. Yeah? So don't depend on something ambayo ni ya msimu. And in this case, FKF can partner with the media. Give out the rights for free. Yeah? Let us build this thing together. You can sell to me something that I don't want at this time. Who will you sell it to? The Premier League is almost mid-season. no one has shown interest to offer broadcast services to
Why do you
Premier
think
League.
guys are not showing interest?
There is no structure.
No.
Why? Because probably that's why I said wewe unaweza kuja na nazi, I mean inaitwa aje, madafu wakati wa msimu wa maembe. I will not sell my madafu. Everyone is going for the.
Can I respond on that?
For the maembe. So the issue here is you cannot say that the Premier League broadcast rights need 20 million, yet the league that you are selling is mad with match fixing. Who will place their money there? So you could have come and said, let us partner as football lovers. There are sports loving media houses that will say, we will give you our airtime. Let us promote this football. When it stabilizes, then we can see how we get a win-win situation.
It was once done by KPL. They gave their rights for free.
Yeah.
And at times, I believe that anything that goes for free has no value.
Okay.
Wait. I asked you, why do you think people are not putting money into the game? Integrity issues.
Correct.
It has nothing to do with the value of this league. It has a lot to do with integrity issues at the federation. The moment you are not transparent, the moment you cannot account for whatever little you are given, nobody will come your way.
But you see, that was the bridge that we crossed 2-3 years ago. We were banned by FIFA. We have just come back. It's a fresh start.
I just want
the same character.
Let me ask you a question. FIFA just gave out money to FKF recently. Do you think FIFA gave out money without seeing the books that you're talking about?
No, I don't think FIFA has. Wait, I don't think FIFA has really given out money.
What was the money?
Wait. FIFA money that is not for paying referees, for paying coaches or players. FIFA money comes for specific reasons. FIFA money is for development of the game. FIFA money is for training of coaches. It has nothing to do with paying.
Rightly put, gentlemen, rightly put, but Chitera has raised a very fundamental issue, and so is him. Integrity. And 2, accountability. And 3, let's not lose sight of this product. For instance now, why us RMS, why should we come and buy the KPL rights? Yeah? He's asked something. Is this KPL worth RMS pumping 50 million a year? And am I going to get returns? Or am I going to pump in 50 million there? I go to the stadium and the stadium is yawning. There are no fans. So those are the things that must be addressed.
Yes, we need to address that. Well, I guess if we have the Cabras footage, you can show the Cabras people winning hapo tukimalizanga. Tuende kabisa. 10 points KCB.
19 and 2.
Actually, Cabras won it Raburu unbeaten. All
right, asanteni sana. Mungu abariki sana. Wacha tunyamaze tungoje sasa tuone Manu itafanya nini next. Peace and love.